Is that what it means? I need to go live here for it to go live here, because like that would just be too much headache and I have to fix that. Let's see. I think I'm up. Let's see. I think I'm up. All right. I think I am. I'm live. Let's hear that. Let's see. I think I'm up. All right. I think I am. I'm live. Okay, cool. Yo, guys, there's no Shere today. And when I say there's no Shere today, I didn't stream yesterday. And now I'm like a 1 day deficit, because today is 23rd and this stream is the day 22nd, right? So I have one more stream to do today. So I'm not going to get straight to it. There's no pleasantries. We're not greeting anybody here because I'm not smiling, basically. So yeah, today, I'm going to be modeling 2 things today, and I'm going to be very strict about it. Right now, it's like 7:36. I'm going to model to like 9, rest a little bit, and get back on again to just get on with the remaining. Right now, I'm going to do monitor right here. So it's going to be like smart monitor, all things like this, and I'm going to model a few straights, a few curve, and that'll be that about monitors until later in the day. All right, so let's get on with it. I'm going to clear out the scene first. Clear out the scene. I'm going to bring in a cube, and then I'm going to bring this up to the surface right here. I'm going to SY, make that slimmer, bring this down, scale from everywhere apart from the Y. I'm going to scale on the X, and I'm going to scale on the Y just a smidge, just a tiny smidge. SY again. So we have this. The front is not even a headache at all. Like, I think the heavy lifting for these models is what's going on behind, right? The front is basically insert and extruding word. Like, there's no so much going on there. But the back is where, I have to be more calculated and know how I'm going to approach it. For this back right here, just from the way it's been laid, I think it's been curved from the top down. So I'm going to add a loop right here, and I'm going to GY this. Is this front? Okay, I think that's front. I'm going to GY this, and this entire loop right here, I'm going to select this entire loop, if it's going to allow me select, and then bevel that. All right, so we have that shape. I can shade auto smooth, and then I think right here is like, it's looking like a boolean a little bit, and then some other little embellishment around it. So I'm going to do a boolean to create this ridge round here, because if I zoom in, you will see that there are some connectors down here, right? So I'm just going to do a boolean first, and then I would create this down here. So first of all, I'm going to bring in a cube, GY, no height, GZ. I'm going to scale that down, GZ and GY into. This boolean is like I should have done my visual memory thing today, but I don't have time for that. I just want to check the stream one more time, make sure that everything is on point, and then I'll go thing today, but I don't have time for that. I just want to check the stream one more time, make sure that everything is on point. Okay. So right here, I can GZ, bring this up. I want to delete all of this and then fill this, right? So from the back view here, I can select this and GZ, and I can scale on the X just like so, right? And then right here, I can GZ, and on the side, GY. So this right here, I'll just GY, bring this in, select this, bring to origin, and then I can select this and then difference modifier. So we have created this hole. Right now I think the hole serve the purpose. So I'm going to, okay, no, let me not apply that boolean yet. I might need it. So I'm going to go on to bringing in some other things. I think right here I want to capture that detail. So what I'm going to do is I probably want to apply, let me apply that boolean. So apply the boolean. I'm going to take away the cutter, and then that shape that we'll have right here, I'm going to join all this, no, these two to last. Just a little bit of mesh cleanup, and we'll go on with this. I think it should be like this, merge at last. This, I think I want to merge this at last too. Right? And then this and this are partners. I'm going to flip this mirror to the other side and sweet. So we're going to try to make that shape. The shape is like, okay, I see it. I'm going to K, go up just a smidge, and then extend this all the way out. So we have that. I'm going to use K to connect this and probably put a cutter here and just release this. So we have chord on this side. I think these I can GG, move it out. GG, move this out. Yeah. In order to even get the shape even more, I probably want to round this like so, and then flip to the other side, apply that mirror. I think what I want to do is go to edit mode and just GX, bring this out because I think it's significantly longer. So we have that. Next I'm going to be doing is, there's a panel around here. So I'm going to select, I think this face will be enough for that panel because that panel looks like something that is holding the stand. So I'm going to, oh, is this the center? That's not the center. This is the center right here. So maybe I'll just select all of this. Let's see. It's not this huge. It is not this huge. So I'm going to come down to this size. Right? I'm going to duplicate that. Shift D. Separate that selection. And then I would extrude. I would also insert and form a circle in the center. Insert, circularize in the center. Then I will select boundary loop. I'll bevel that, right? And then extrude along the mouse, just like so. So I'm going to Q, apply bevel to that, and then put a subdivision on that. Something it also has are some holes right here. So I'm going to just insert, subdivide that, form that into a circle too. Right? Scale that down, rotate. I'm going to G, bring this here, insert, scale. I'm going to frame this, insert. Or you know what? This is just going to be a separate mesh. I'm going to extrude out a little bit, add bevels, but bevels are not working. So I'm going to select boundary loops, bevel that just like so. And we have that. I'm going to come to the side view and just drag this all the way in. This part, GY, all the way in. So that's cool. Can I join these two without having any problems? I think it joined perfectly. And then I want to create the stand and the rest of it, and that's it. This top part, first of all, let me quickly create that vent so that I don't have to come back to it. Basically, what does the vent look like? I think I'm going to add this one too. I'm going to insert. I'm going to extrude on the Z. I'm going to shift D, separate that selection, and GY, right? So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a bunch of loop, just a ton of loop on this side, with the hope that if I select this top and use the space function, it will distribute that for me. Is that enough? It is not enough. It's not enough. So silent niggas late. Oh, sorry, that's Kendrick's song came to mind. So I'm going to space this. I'm also going to space this. 1 second, please. Okay. Let's go. So we have this. I think I probably want to bring in more loops because that vent looks really small. So let me just bring in a ton more and then space it one more time. Then we'll create that vent. Space. Excellent. So I'm going to select this, and in this I'm going to S on the Z. Right? Apply that scale. I'm going to insert. No, insert twice. I'm going to delete these faces, and then I'm going to go into edit mode, scale on the Z, scale on the X slightly. All right. So that's cool for this. I only think like these parts right here, they need some bevel. So in order to add the bevel, I'm going to use offset loop on this right here, and then I'll select this loop and just bevel that a smidge. Okay, so we're going to come to the stand. I think this I'm just going to duplicate horizontally. I'm going to bring cursor to geometry. Ooh, no. What was that? Let me apply some things here first. I'm going to apply bevel, apply subdivision, apply mirror to bring this to geometry. This is not where geometry is. So apply scale, bring to geometry. Oh my god. Geometry should be down here. It should be down like halfway. How am I going to do this now? You know what? I'm going to find the center of this, bring cursor to this point. I'm going to bring origin to 3D cursor and then flip. Cool. Next, stand. So stand is looking like a cube beveled up, slanted on the side, detail on this side, hole right here, and then a base. So I'm going to do something like this. Scale down, scale on the Z, right? SY. I'm going to bring this out a little bit just like so. I'm going to SY again. This right here, I'm going to select this and GZ just like so. And then these two edges, I'm going to bevel that. But I want to apply scale and then bevel. Right? So I think from what I remember, this inserts. I'm going to measure by distance. Then I would insert this insert again, and we'll have a space down here that I can slightly bring down a smidge, just a smidge. Oshamo, JZ. Then what other detail? Okay, there's something here. I really don't know what that is, but there was something here. So I'm going to bring a loop up to this point, and I think the detail looked something like this. Let me look at it. It looked like a circle, and then out of that circle, something else was coming out. So I'm going to subdivide. I'm going to insert as a whole, and I'm going to bring in a circle. Let me do that again, but this time around, I want to make sure, make sure it's flattened. I want to insert again, do that circle thing again, and I think this is good. So I would extrude this on the Y, and then I would duplicate this, use this to bring out this detail, extrude this out, and then when I get to this point, I will select these two faces and extrude. And this detail I see there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select everything and just scale down so that at least the circle that we created shows. So I'm going to use, or maybe I can add the general bevel to this. Let's try. No. General bevel is messing up everything, but let's see. Oh, no general bevel, please. So I'm going to go one after the other to apply. I think right here needs a loop. J. I'm still seeing the line, so maybe I need to move this out. Then I need to move this out a little bit. Okay, then this needs some holding loop, because once I put a subdivision on it, it's just going to collapse. The whole thing is going to collapse. So right here, I think, then right here, right, and I think this place too should have, I'm not sure. Let's bevel and see. Apply subdivision. So I think apart from having a bevel there, this is also supposed to have some holding. So I'm going to bring all of that back, and yeah, I think we're good on that. Next detail we're going to bring in, I think I'm going to use a boolean for this. I was thinking I could just cut it out on my own, but let me use a boolean. I'm going to bring cursor to this point. I'm going to bring in a cube, scale all of that down, scale on the Z, and I can GY, GZ, SY. So this looked something like this. Is it Y or X? Okay, SX. Then these edges were selected. I'm going to apply all those scale. I'm going to bevel that just like so. And I'm going to boolean, but before I boolean, there's something else that makes this part really peculiar. Like the beveling outside here looks very different. I can achieve it with this one, definitely, by kind of inverting the bevel. I know I can do this, but this part is going to be a challenge. So let me just do this part. I think the way I can remember how to do it is to turn on this and then bevel. Oh, why can't I bevel? Okay, I think I have double vertices. I can select this and bevel. If this doesn't work, trust me, I'm just going to leave it like that. Like, I don't even have the time. You know what? Let me create the boolean first. Difference. Select this. What if I flip the face? And it goes the other way. So I can remember this thing. I can remember, like, no be choice. So I'm going to add a loop right here, one right here, and I'm going to add just a lot of supporting loops around this. Yeah. So I'm going to apply this boolean, delete this cutter, then just start tightening things up around here. This is a lot though. This is a lot. Let me just join this one first. Join. This cut that I did, boy. Can I offset this? Let's see. Because if I can offset it, guy. It's not working. No. I don't have time to clean up this mesh. I can't. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't have time to. Okay. No, I'm not cleaning up the mesh. So I'm going to undo back to. I think right around here is even good. Like, topology is not bad. Like, I think this is it. I just need to also do the same for this part. J. I'm going to bring this G, and then join. Cool. So for the base, I'm going to bring in a cylinder, scale it on the Z. I'm going to scale that all the way down, but it is not central to this. So I'm going to just GY and approximate that slightly. I'm going to scale GZ, bring that to the base right here, and GZ. Let me see how this joins. This is a stand, and then you have a stand behind. Okay, so we have something like this for this SZ, right? And this base spreads out a little bit, and there's also an inset here that bevels and that it extrudes just like so. So I'm going to turn off that my face orientation. I think the thickness of this TV is crazy. Like, of this monitor, it's wild to say the least. So I'm going to bring this in a little. Check on stream. Let's check on stream. It's wild to say the least. So I'm going to bring this in. Okay, stream's good. I think next up I want to do is 1, 2, select those, select this and select this, and I'll bevel, right? Then shade smooth. I'm going to bring in to this exact same point a cube, scale on the Z, and then GY, S shift Z, SX. This base is too big. Of course, it is too big. So I'm going to GY, bring this in, SZ, GY, SZ a little bit. Right here, I'm going to select this, extrude. Apply the scale, extrude along normals. Oh, no, I'm going to do it for the other side. Extrude along normals, and then I'll just scale that down. The thing is, I don't know how this two joins on the other side though. Like, looking at this, where is it? I don't know how it joins. I think it's just in, basically, like, and then the width, it's smaller. So I'm going to SX, and right here, I'm going to GY. all the way, GY in, SZ, and we have our first monitor, but I won't have a first monitor without creating bezels for it. So I'm going to come to the front view. I'm going to insert a smidge and then extrude in. First is done. I want to add bevel to this. Now add the bevel again, but this time have more control. Want to tighten those edges just like so. Nice. Yeah, first TV done. Select, I keep calling this in TVs, monitor 1. Add that to a collection. I'm going to move this on the X out of the way, and I'm going to turn off this. So next I'm going to bring in a cube. And what's the next TV? Let's see. Is this? Oh my God. This looks like a lotto. Let me do visual memory. Try to just visualize the whole thing and try to go model it without having to come back. That's what I mean by visual memory games. This is a lot, but let me try. SY, SX, S shift Y. And I'm going to bring this up a little bit. I'm going to SY, scale this out. I'm already forgetting the shape. Right here, I'm going to bring this, bevel this, and then this is going to GY come out just like so. I'm looking at this now and I think the joining here is incorrect. I'm supposed to join these two, and then these two are going to be dissolved. So this here and this here are going to, no. You know what? 1, 2, 3, dissolve. 1, 2, dissolve. Then mirror this on the top. To geometry, mirror this. Why is this here like 3D cursor, mirror on the Z? You know what? Why was that so difficult to do? Like, GZ, this is smidge, flip, and apply the mirror. Right here, there is a Boolean operation, so I'm going to GZ, SX, and GY this just a little bit. Difference. I'm going to GY. Right? And then there's also a Boolean on this side. Looking at this Boolean, I think it extends on the X like so. That's X. I'm going to duplicate this to come over to this side, also scale, and I'm going to eat into this Boolean to GY. GY in GX L GZ GX. Then there's also some cuts up here. So that's going to be, I think I can also use the same. Let's try. Shift D, Z, scale that down, G on the Y. One second, guys. All right, I'm here. I'm back. GY. I'm going to add a loop down here, and I'm going to select this SX, select this GZ, just like so. Then, one second, guys. Nope. So aside that, I think there's also another cut here. So I'm going to select this. There's just a lot of bullion in this, so you guys have to bear with me. Scale that down, bring this in right here, and I'm going to SX. Whoa, I can't do 2 bullion at the same time. You know what? I'm just going to apply these bullions first, take out all the quarters, and then I'm going to bring in a new bullion. Scale, SX, GZ. I'm going to GY this in, S, scale that, SZ, just like so, and then select this, and then difference of both. So that's cool. I'm going to apply this boolean and just start adding details. I think first of all, I just want to make this flush with each other. Frame selected. Can I add, or can I cut this? See this face right here? I want to add a loop on this side and maybe just mirror. Not mirror. I'm going to add another loop on this side. I'm going to select the Shift D, Y, GZ, and then I'm going to add the loop here, add the loop right here too. So these two are going to join. This also is going to join. I think this should join too. Join. So I'm trying to bridge these two. Select these entire loops. And then can I bridge? Okay, it can bridge, but not bridging the way I want it to bridge. So I'm going to select this, come to the top view GY and just arrange bevel points to align. I think this doesn't have to be this long. So this can GG, come up just like so. Can select this entire thing and GZ, SX, right? So I can fill, 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 fill. So I can select this right here, 1, 2, GY. Okay. So from this, it looks like there are some vents down here. So I'm going to do all of those vents. Let me add in a bevel and see how it behaves. Very abnormal. I'm going to measure by distance and then let's do 0.5 on this distance. Can I do, make it 0.008? Okay. Vents right here. Oh, no. You have to insert first before start thinking of vents. So insert, bring that in, Shift D. GY. Add ton of edge loops right here. Select all, insert. Let's do that insert again. Insert, delete those faces, and then I'll mirror this to the other side. Apply that mirror. What else? This vent down here. And this vent, I won't lie, it's looking like something that's going to be bullioned in. So I'll come on here, move this down, and right here I can GY, scale all of that down, move this, select all of this and Shift D, X, repeat all of that information, select all, GX, I can GZ, and then I can reduce this even further and Shift DZ. Repeat all that and GZ, select this and then difference. I'm going to apply that boolean, remove all of those. Oh, what's that? GY. SY. I don't think this is intersecting the metro. Right here. Take off quarter. This face right here. I think I'm going to cut this. Or, yeah, I'm going to cut this, cut that shape. Then this are going to be inserted, right? And then inserted one more time a little bit. And then this is going to be extruded inward. Then I'm going to have a stand and then a round base, and that will be all for this monitor. This is the most non-digital of this set, and this will be the last of this one I'm going to do. Insert. I'm going to extrude this inward just a smidge. Then I think the next thing to do is to something I didn't do in the former monitor. I just realized. See this former monitor, this two doesn't connect. This two doesn't connect. So on this, I'm going to bring cursor to this point, bring in a cylinder, scale that down, RX 90, and that cylinder will be the connector. GY. Shade auto smooth. All right. So let's quickly round this one up. I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and then that stand is so unmemorable. That's why I keep forgetting it. So I'm going to just do a different kind of stand from what's there. SZ, and then SX. Ooh, bounding balls SX. All right. And then it has some kind of a round cylinder base. GZ. But this has a lot more activity to it. There's a breakage here. So this looks like it has some kind of an adjuster here. Right. And then if I click this, I can GY, bring this out, and then can bring in a cylinder right here. RX 90. GY. Shade smooth, and then all of this I can add the bevel on that. Then right here I can select this face and GZ, select this and bevel that. I think this is good. The only thing is that I don't like this part. I'm not sure about this part, man. You know what? Let me fix this part. GG. Around active element SY0. SZ0. With a couple of bevels will make this look good. And measure by distance. G. Select this and bevel, but now it's not beveling. So this inner parts I want to merge at last. I want to see if we have something similar here too. Merge at last, so it's 1. Merge at last. 1, 2, 3, and GY all the way out. All right. So time to select. select this, select, I think this should be beveled, so this should be beveled, this right here, all of this also. If I bevel one, oh, I think this, I just need to just reduce because like that shape, be not the modern at all. I think there are some electricals here. Insert SY S, oh no, SZ along individual origins, SZ SY. I can use a bounding box SZ, and I can frame selected, extrude, and then extrude just a smidge. So right here, can select this edge, select this edge, select this edge, and then bevel all of that. Apply scale. Okay. Still don't like the lack of bevel on this, so maybe I'm just going to go in one after the other and just apply bevels. I think distribution of this is quite wrong. Dissolve edge, or can I dissolve edge? No. Monitor 2 is done. I'm going to move it with the rest of the collection in a bit, but I feel like it needs just a little more pizzazz. Then move this into, I think I'm going to apply all geometry to mesh, move it into monitor 2, and then I'm going to move this out of the way. GX out of the way. And then the next we're going to be doing is this right here. It looks curved at the back, but not like curved in the front. But I think what I'm going to do for this is just, I'm going to do a curved option for this. So it's going to be, I'm going to bring in a cube, GZ, and I'm going to XY, right? I'm going to SX, and it's going to be a white base. I'm going to apply this. No, not just that. I'm going to add a tone, select this, GY, Shade auto. I'm going to bring in a bevel. I want to make this fair. Then GY. Add bevel SZ. Then origin to geometry. Then I'll create this shape behind, put in a cut right here, and that's it. Like, I shouldn't sweat over this. I'm bringing down that bevel. As a matter of fact, I'm taking out the bevel so it doesn't disturb me when I'm creating this shape. So there's this shape right here that I am deleting this face, and then I'm just going to start connecting this. Easy all the way to the top, and then fill, and then fill. Okay, that's good. Then there's this shape around here, right? So I think I'm going to bring in a plane, turn that into view, separate that into selection, GZ, and I'm going to GY. Bring it out. I'm going to add a couple of loops. That's 13. I'm going to make this 13 too. Then I'll come to the front view, rotate this by 45, bring origin to geometry, bring origin to cursor and GZ. So I want to use shrink wrap to wrap this around the main body. So if I can remember, I think the shrink wrap comes into the wrap object and this goes on this, and then I can change this to projects and just GY, so it staples on the body properly. But I feel like I need more subdivision, and that's good. Then I can apply my shrink wrap, and then with this I can create the shape that I need. I don't need that much more subdivision. I mean, yeah, that extra subdivision, I don't need that. Yeah, extrude this out. This edge are going to be selected and beveled. Then I'm going to add general bevel to it right around here. Add a subdivision, that's good. And then I'm going to bring in cursor to this point. Then it is like just a cube, but this looks like it's curved at the back. Like, it looks something like this. Let me show you. Just from the shading, I'm going to turn off all these monitors that are done. GY, GZ, SZ. So it looks something like this. GY out of the way, and then beveled. Why is this bevel stopping here? I don't understand. Like, why? Like, if I select this, the bevel is supposed to go all the way. I don't see anything that is supposed to be stopping that bevel from going all the way to this top. Okay. I think the extent to which I pushed it was too much. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to, next will be, I think it has a chamfer on the side right here. So there's a chamfer here and a chamfer here. So I'm going to chamfer both sides. Then I'm going to bring in a bevel, just like so. And then I can scale this and have a square base down there. So for the base, it's going to be cursor to this point, and the base is going to be kind of rectangular. So X, SX. I'm going to scale, extrude this on the Z, just like so. And then this somehow it's not looking pretty like that. I'm bringing a bevel, but it's just going to be way smaller this time. Then I'm going to bring this, I'm going to bring cursor to this point. I'm going to bring in RX 90, scale that down, and then SY, GY, scale, GY. Something that is here that is hanging. Let me see what it is. For which of the TV is this now? I don't even know. I mean, for which of the monitor is this? Okay, this is for monitor 1. So I'm going to move this to monitor 1 and turn off. So I'm going to keep this around here. And then you see this lighting, this LED light, I want to create it. So I would do something like this. Select, I'm going to isolate that. Select from here all the way to here, from here all the way to here, from here all the way to here, right? From here all the way to here, from here all the way to here. So I'm going to bevel that just like so, and then I can extrude one, extrude again, and then extrude one more time. So there can be an LED light in here. Maybe I can just put in the material right now. It's going to be an emission. Let me just keep it at that, so at least I remember that I have an LED light on that. The other part of this is going to be black, of course. Invert that, apply. This is supposed to be like 10. Okay, cool. Let me go back to solid view, finish up the modeling, and we can move on to the next. I think this one is done. Only that I want to make this shape down here dynamic, so I can SX or XY the other way. No, I think this other way it has more balance. SX and this SX. 1 second, guys. Okay. I'll just check the stream and get on to the next monitor. Okay. I'll just check the stream and get on to the next monitor. Okay. I think the last thing I need to do is just create the bezels. I don't know if it's bezels they call it, but that's what the name is for today. So I can extrude this in just once, extrude again, and that's good for our curve monitor option. So I can select all of this. I feel like this right here, I want to GZ, make that thicker. Select all that and move that to a new collection called Monitor 3. 1 second. Called Monitor 3. Let's move on to the next. I think I'm going to do 4 or 5 today. Let's see. We have this one, and this one. That's a lot of monitors. I'll have to reevaluate all of that. GX. I'm going to bring this, bringing the cube again. I'm going to SY, SX, GZ, all the way to the top. And this is looking, it's looking something like this to me. Like this. Bevel, these GYs. No, the other way. These GYs and then this bevels. I think the whole loop bevels actually. These bevels, right? I'm going to select all of this. Then I'm going to bring in a boolean. I'm going to do that bevel again. Apply scale, GY, bevel, all that. Shade smooth. Then I'm going to bring in a cube, GZ, SY, GY. It's going to be a lot to get this thing to look similar to that monitor, but I'm going to try. GY, insert this, GZ, and right down here I can SX, and right up here I can SX. GZ, SX, GY. Then I want to bevel that. I'm going to add a couple of loops and then difference. Difference is good. Then I'm going to duplicate this for the down part, Shift D, Z. I'm going to rotate this by 180 and GZ and then SX. GY, SX. So that's cool. I think right here, I can apply that boolean, delete all of this, but it's not as slick as the one in the picture. So I'm going to try to make it just slicker, if that's for lack of a better term. Just like so. And then this, let's see. I think this is a little bit more indented. So I can bevel, apply that boolean, and then release that. Down here, there's some things going on. Some things. I'm going to add all of that to last. Merge to last. Then I'm going to add one more loop here. Join this. I'm going to join this, enter. Cut this, enter. Cut this, enter. Do the same for this. And then for this. Flip, add mirror. Then I want to start joining some of this. Join, 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 and then join. I think some of this should also connect. Join, join, and then I think I'll just run a K slice just like so. K slice to this point. Then right here, I think I want to join this at last. So I can flip to the other side, apply that mirror. K Okay, flip, apply that mirror. Um, 2 GG J join. I'm going to add 2 on this side, join, and then join. I'm going to add 2 loops here, join, and then join. So once I flip and apply, I can select a box down here. So this could be something like this: SX0, flip, apply that flip. When I say flip, I'm mirroring, don't mind me. Insert. I'm going to extrude this out just a smidge. Insert again. And then I'm going to extrude this out just a smidge. Then right here, I feel like I want to do something like this instead of what's in the image. I want to do something like this. Extrude out. This extrudes inward. And then this is going to be duplicated. Right? And then I'm going to add some cylinders as nuts. Cylinders, front view, switch to view, scale that down. And I said I wanted to finish this thing by 9. Hey. I can duplicate, mirror also, but like this is fumbling. So I can just select, apply that mirror, Shift D, Z. Then I can select all of that. Can I shade smooth? Or maybe I should just bevel. Right? I think this should connect down here, but I'm not sure of that shape at all. Add a cube. I think it's a cube that comes down and then it flattens on that surface. So it's like something like this. Let me do it on the side view. Is GY. It's this faces into 1, inserted here. This faces back here, scale down. So it's now more like 1, 2, 3, 4 selected, and then rounded off. Yeah. So what now happens is that around here there is a loop, or I'm going to bring all of that information. GZ, GY. Right, move this to the side, GY. I'm going to rotate this. I'm going to take this all the way to this point, or this all the way. Stop here and then EY. Right? So that's good. I think this right here, I'm going to isolate this mesh, and then can this be beveled? It's just messing up the whole thing. So how else can I connect this that I can bevel that back? Or it could be one of those that goes unbeveled. Well, let me see. No. Can I throw in a subdivision and then just hold stuff, basically? Insert. return back that subdivision, hold. I'm going to increase the subdivision to 2 so that here is round. And then this top part, instead of adding a loop, I'm just going to come to the top and just bevel all that. But why are you beveling like this, bro? Okay, I probably can't bevel. So I'm just going to bring it to the top and then insert. That's sweet. And then it has a cylindrical base. So SZ, GZ, insert scale on all apart from the Z. SZ and then GZ, S shift Z, SZ, GZ. Okay, I can GY this. Unshade this smooth. I'm going to add bevel to this and then add a subdivision. So that's all. I need to add the front screen, simple insert, and then extrude. I need this TV to be slimmer, so I'm going to select this and GY in. That's cool. I'm going to select all of that and move that to monitor 4, and then move this out of the way. Next I'm going to be doing is, might be the last, but let's see. I don't think I want to do this. This is very simple. This, not so much. This was one of those that I really wanted to do because of the base. So I think I have something like this already. I'm just going to turn on, I think it was monitor 1. Let me see. Yeah, turn on monitor 1. I'm going to duplicate that. Duplicate that to the center of the scene. Move all of that into another monitor 5. And what I want to do to that base is basically this right here. So it's going to be something like this. This. Oh my God. I think I can see it. So it's something like GY in, right? GY all the way in, GY. GY. So I can flip this to the other side. I can select this GX, select this GY, GY, and then GZ, GY. Move this into position. I think this needs to be scaled up, and then GY just a smidge. GZ, just like so. Apply that scale, apply that mirror. I'm going to, I want to bevel that, but I can GZ and then add that bevel that I want. And then apply the bevel. I don't think this cylindrical base is like working. So I'm going to take part of this and form something that might look like a connection between both, but it's not a connection, so to speak. So I'm going to select this, extrude along normals. I'm going to GZ, intercept. So yep, we have one. I'm going to select all of that, and then it's already on monitor 5, so I can just GX out of the way. And I think this is done. This, oh my God. I don't have the time. I have to end. I have a hard stop for 9. I'm looking at this right now, and one of them has to be like curved backward like so. I think I can do this in that within that time. Just share 5 minutes between both, so I can SY, SX, GZ, SY, right? This is rotated a little bit on the Y, on the X, a smidge. I can add a bevel, add a loop, bevel that, add another loop, bevel that. Select this. I can insert, and then right here I could have some kind of a joining bevel, add another one. I think right on that two should have one more. So I'm going to frame selected, bring this, select this one to delete faces, select this, come to the back view and extrude on the Z. And right there, I'm going to select this and frame and click on F, click on this, click on this. So this is going to serve as an insert for this shape. This is an interesting shape actually. So it's going to be, I'm going to duplicate that, P, separator selection, select this, select all, extrude this all the way out. I'm going to G right to this spot, then GY, select this, select this. I'm going to bevel, I'm going to select bevel that, round that off a smidge. Right here I can join, I can also join, and right here I can select this, and I think this can just extrude out as the base. I don't want to extrude and constrain that axis. Let me see. I think I'll just bring this out just like so. SZ0. I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and then I'll make that flat. GZ. Scale that down. SZ. S shift Z. SZ. And then this is selected, and then this are beveled. So that's what this option looks like to me. Screen is going to be selected just like so. I'm going to insert, but first of all, apply scale, insert, extrude inward a little bit, and that's it. I mean, I think this actually needs bevel though, but I think it's going to be a chamfer. This part, I want to expose it more, so I can scale on the X, flip this or the other way, select this two and GZ. So this I'm going to scale down, but I'm going to pivot from the 3D cursor, scale down, and this is, this base is so small. GX, GY. No. Shift C. Apply mirror. This is going to be monitor 6. Monitor 6. Going to move it out of the way. Then, there's some detail here. What's this? I do not know what that is. And there are some buttons here too. Let me call that back. This is what it looks like to me. Bevel. I'm going to insert, Shift D, separate that, select all, extrude, select all, along individual origins as pivots, scale that down, apply that scale, and then bevel all of that. Then these buttons right here, let me see. So this look like something like this. One on this side. I'm going to have a support right here, support right here. And this is just going to move on the X all the way in, just like so. So right here, I'm going to bring cursor to this point. And then I'm going to bring in a cube, but this has to be turned. I'm going to copy the rotation, but let me just have a random formation of the buttons. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bevel, but apply scale first and then bevel. A, merge by distance. Let's do 0.1. Then scale that, Shift D, Z, R. I'm going to scale all of that down, and then I'm going to copy this rotation. Let me see if I can copy it. Copy rotation. Okay, copied. And then I can SX GY. I would love to do this as a boolean, but I'm tempted to just leave this like so because I need to still model one more. But let me do a boolean. Difference, select this, Shift D. No. Shift D. Q, make that solid, select that solid, select all. I can scale on the X, just like so. Then I can along individual origins, I can scale that. Right? Then select these faces and then apply scale, bevel that. Sweet. So this boolean is going to be just like so. Oh, there's just this weird space that is here. That's crazy. Let me see if I can adjust this. But you know what? Only this one to be adjusted. Oh my God. Okay, it's just going to be like that. GX. The next is this will be like really fast, easy modeling. I really want to. Oh my God! Maybe I'll just do this off screen, but I will use this one to close out. Oh man, let me see. Let me look at the stream one more time. I have a hard stop for 9. Hey, let me look at the stream one more time. Lekon, shout out to you. Thanks for dropping by in the chats. Hey, did I say Lekon? Lakan. I thought it was Lekon I saw. I apologize. You know what? I'm going to take one of the existing screen and I'm going to use the curve screen for this one. Bring cursor to center. Turn off all of that monitor. I'm going to look for the curved screen. Where are you? This is the curved monitor. I'm going to select all of that and Shift DX out here. Move that into monitor 7. Create. And then I'll turn off all other monitors. So this is just going to be I'll delete this GY. Then this top right here is going to be I'm going to insert. I'm going to subdivide again. Then I'm going to make that circular. Hey, why is it not circularizing? Make it circular again. Is the scale of circular? I think that's it now. GY, and then I can extrude all the way out. GZ. Shade smooth. I think this base. Can bevel that and shade smooth. Right here, I can bring cursor to this point and then bring in a cylinder RX 90. And this should be the last option. SY, GY. All things being equal, I should be back on by 11 today. So, yep, let me just save this. Where is the file monitor is done. I'll put this at, let me put that thing box, or I feel like I'm going to put this at 15 because I'm probably going to model one more. So I'm going to put this at 15, and then this is going to be day 7. Right here. Day 7. Day 7 monitors. I think at the end of this also, like aside putting it on CGTrader, I'm just going to put the entire collection as a whole on Gumroad and just offer that as a bundle. That's something to think about. So yeah, that's it guys. So long. And until I see you the next time, that's maybe around 11:30 ish. Peace.